Why is it important for local economies to invest in skills?
In an increasingly globalised world, lots of areas have lots of assets. So the kind of key differentiating characteristic of different areas is the people. So I think workforce skills have always been incredibly important, but I think they're more important than ever in ensuring local economic and social success.
What for you would be the key elements of a local skills strategy? Which stakeholders should be involved?
Well, I think that traditionally the focus has been upskilling the workforce in a locality, both the less well qualified and the highly qualified, and that is incredibly important. But on its own it's not enough. We need to do that. But we also secondly need to make sure that the skills are the right skills for today and tomorrow. So that means a much greater focus on matching the skills of the workforce with the skills that employers and the economy require and are likely to require in the future. So that's the second component, I think, of a successful skills strategy. But again, I don't think even that's enough, really. I think it's very important to make sure that those areas where, if you like, the demand for skills is relatively low because the economic structure is weak, or the local area needs to, if you like, move up the value chain and produce better quality goods and services over time, become more competitive, if you will, on a national and international stage, then you have to also intervene, I think, to stimulate and encourage demand. And I think employers have a fantastically important role in doing that. And then you've got to make sure that the skills that you have are properly utilised. It's no use having a skilled workforce and them being unemployed, or frankly them being underemployed in jobs that don't fit their skills base. So I think they're the main components, and I think traditionally there's been maybe rather too much focus in the past on the early stages of that, and less on the demand and utilisation side, and I think that's where the agenda is for the future.
What can national governments do to make it easier for local stakeholders to achieve successful skills strategies?
I suppose for me the central thing would be that localities need to have a degree of autonomy. That is, they need to be trusted to do what they think is best for their local community, on the one hand. And the same tools, the same processes, the same mechanisms, the same priorities don't work in different areas because all their needs are so different, from high skill areas to low skill areas, declining areas to rapidly growing areas. So they must have autonomy, but to earn that autonomy, I think, they need to have the capacity and capability, and central governments can help and encourage localities to build their capacity and capability to do this sort of work and to do it well. National governments need to, if you like, take the local level absolutely seriously, not just as a way of dealing with those specific local issues, as we've talked about, but because, in a way, the sum of local success is national success. So it's not just a juxtaposition, if you like, of the local level with the national level. I don't think that's the whole story. I think a successful national skills strategy requires successful local strategies.